do share this extradition treaty, should the government come to you and say, Gospel, as the Malawian government, we need you to be able to hand this man over so that indeed he can have his day in court, is the government up and willing to do so?
We have not received any request. We'll be able to indicate or say our position when we have received that request.
But are you open to it as a government? I mean, you're saying that we are partners as South Africa. We are transparent in terms of your need to build this partnership. Should that need arise, should the government contact you and say, we need this man to have his day in court, can you bring him back to the country, or are we able to pick up this man from Malawi to bring him back to South Africa? Are you open for that conversation?
It is very prudent for us to wait until that contact has been made to this government. Right now, there's absolutely nothing that we can talk about. Let's wait until the South African government contacts us. We're a government, and then we cannot just be doing things haphazardly without following procedures. We are a government that follow a procedure. So let's wait for your government or South African government to get in touch with us. Certainly we will respond. We will respond. At the moment, we can't say anything because
they haven't contacted you. Okay, so I'm going to read out something for you, Gospel, and I mean, this might just also come as a surprise for you, but our Minister of Justice, Ronald Lamola, has just literally sent out this tweet. Malawi is a signatory of the SADC protocol and other legal instruments on extraditions. We will not hesitate to invoke these provisions and instruments to assist law enforcement agencies to extradite fugitives of justice. This tweet is coming in from our Minister of Justice. Has the ministry contacted you in any way? I mean, they're sending this tweet out. Has they communicated formally with you?
No.
And you're still waiting for that formal communication?
Yes, and that's not a communication. It's just a declaration. We are here. We are in Malawi. We have channels of communication. South African government is our friend. We respect it. We look at it with very high value. And certainly, if they are going to make any contact with us, we are going to respond accordingly. At the moment, there hasn't been any contact, and there's absolutely nothing that we can do about it.
Sure. Let me ask you this thing, Gospel. The government of Malawi, have they made contact with the Bushiris just to almost attain or ascertain how they got there in the first place? And also, what are they doing in Malawi?
Come again? Can you come
again? Has the government of Malawi made any contact with the Bushiri just to understand what are they doing in Malawi? How did they get to Malawi? And where to from here? Have you contacted the Bushiris?
No, we have not contacted the Prophet Bushiri at the moment. Certainly we will be, but at the moment we have not been in touch with him. And neither has he been in touch with the government of Malawi. But we know he's around. He's in Malawi. That I can confirm.
Do you know where in Malawi, though, he is? Are you aware of his whereabouts in the country?
He's a citizen of Malawi. He can be anywhere in this republic. He could be in Lilongwe, he could be in Blantyre, he could be in Zomba. But what I can assure you, he is in Malawi. At the moment, I wouldn't know. But normally he would stay in Blantyre. Sometimes he stayed in Lilongwe. Sometimes he would stay in his region, in the northern region. But what I know is, what we know is in Malawi, but to be very specific where he is, I think that we can do later. But we know he is in Malawi and we can confirm. You might also want to know that Prophet Bushiri is one of the citizens, so many citizens that live or stay in South Africa. And he's not going to be the first citizen to be needed or to be wanted and being questioned using the laws. The way this issue is being put, it's like something very, very different. He's one of our citizens based in South Africa. Now, he is in this country, and we are not hiding about that. What we are saying here is, let us have formal and official contact. We know there are treaties, we know there are agreements, we know so many things that bind us together as from South Africa, but we would not be dealing with these things in a very informal way. We need to be formal, we need to be administratively correct, and we need to follow all the procedures so that we are seen to be doing the right things. And we will not be reacting just to media reports. These days, media is also dominated by fake news. As a government, we don't want to be on the wrong foot of news. Once that is done, certainly we will be able to respond.
Well, Gospel, I mean, it sounds like what you're waiting for right now is the government of South Africa to actually make contact with you formally so that you are able indeed to get that ball rolling. Completely understood from that. And one wonders where...